Welcome to Dollars, Lifestyle, and Charity, a finance podcast for gamers. I'm Scruffy, this is Romans, and today we are going to be talking everything Game Awards. Super excited for this season of Game Awards. And upon first glance, it looks like indies are taking over, like completely taking over the Game Awards beyond just their specific categories. Just on a cursory glance, I really think we're starting to really come to what Romans and I have been saying pretty much all year is we are in the age of the indie developer.
Yeah, it's going to be a real good year. It's been a good year for people who like indie games, and clearly the Game Awards people are listening. We'll skip the controversy over how people decide who wins these things, but it is the hottest Game Award show in the land for video games. Yeah, and it's 50-50. Pretty exciting. Uh,
Yeah, absolutely.
well, let's dig in. Who actually, just right into the thick of it, Game of the Year, who's
Yeah.
actually trying to win this thing?
All right. So the official nominees for Game of the Year are Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Silk Song, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So of this whole list, really you only have two big AAA studios that are even able to make the push for Game of the Year.
You know what's really interesting with every game you said there? Guess how many of them I've played.
I'm gonna say you've definitely played none of them.
You know what's crazy that I've never played any of them, but would you believe I know all of those games thanks to the power of streaming? That
Yeah, there you go.
I've seen every single one of those games gameplay. I doesn't mean I've seen everything from beginning to end, but I
hmm
actually feel intelligent enough to talk about every single one of those games by watching other people play it. I just think it's one of those off tangential comments that, through the power of streaming, I actually feel qualified to talk about all six of those games, even though I've never played any of them, which I find super hysterical and I'm sure at some level crazy. But there you go. As a person who has no time to play but loves the streaming world, I've seen these games. These are some really hot contenders. So
Yeah.
I I think I'd love to hear who you think would win and why, and then I'll tell you why you're wrong. But
Okay. So this is where I get into some of my gripes with the Game of the Year. I really think the Game of the Year awards has a pretty strong bias towards AAA studios. If you look at the entire history of the Game of the Year awards, I think there's only ever been two games that have won Game of the Year from an indie developer. In 2023, Baldur's Gate 3 won, and then if you can call Blizzard a indie developer at the time in 2016 when they first launched Overwatch, that is kind of a winning game. But other than that, it's FromSoft, it's Sony, it's EA, it's Nintendo, and that's about it.
well, I don't know if we can get into the controversy, but probably the people who funded this thing were probably AAA studios, right? Like probably what started the
Yeah.
Game Awards. Who gave Jeff Keighley all this money? Now, I don't really know. I don't know if there's any way to know that, but it probably
Yeah.
was these studios. And even now, I can't imagine Silk Song or Hades or Claire Obscure really giving the Game Awards any real money to put on the show.
No.
So I'm with you. I think it would be nice if you just let the best game win. But sometimes I don't know. My gut tells me money. Whoever funds this thing gets to have a couple more votes. How do they call? There's a word he uses for the voters. He calls them. What does he call them? Do you know? There's
Oh,
an
I forget. It's not
the,
like the Academy or
yeah,
whatever.
there's
It's
they get a
the
special name,
there's a word. Yeah, there's a
and
word
he
for.
he throws it at them. I can't click on it because if I do, we'll lose the video feed. But he defers to them. He throws when things go sideways. He throws it. He throws those people under the mysterious bus, if you will. We don't really
Is
know.
it the jury?
The jury. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is the jury, but they never really go into who the heck the jury is or how it all works. So the jury, for all we know, could be 6 or 7 people, probably an odd number, or probably it's
Yeah.
700. Who knows? But I have a feeling it's an odd number, and probably 70% of industry AAA studio people. Who
So
knows?
I'm looking on their website right now, and all it says is over 100 leading media and influencer outlets.
Okay, sure.
So whatever that means.
Well, it's still a good show. We'll take it for what it is. But yeah, so who do you think is gonna actually win based on those games that you just those 6
So
games?
I'll give you two answers because I think there's who will win and who I think should win. I think
Yes.
Donkey Kong Bonanza is going to win, and I think Claire Obscure should win.
Wow. I think Death Stranding should win. I haven't seen
Really?
all of the story, but it is just maybe the gameplay. It's hard to win when you've already seen the gameplay from the first one because you're basically an Amazon delivery or FedEx or UPS guy, right?
Yeah.
And with weird flavored guns that use his blood or whatever. It's confusing. I still don't understand them. I don't understand the story, and I've seen it a few times, and I'm like, what? But Hideo Kojima, that's just how he rolls.
Yeah,
So
that's
I,
just,
I think Death Stranding's gonna win. Even though I don't think they should, even though it's a really good game, and this is now a bias on my part, I think Hades 2 should win. And that's
okay.
only because I really love Hades 1. And
Hmm.
hopefully my son doesn't hear me, but I bought Hades 2. So I was gonna play on this trip, so this might be a little if he hopefully didn't hear me. I want to show it to him during this week. I wanted us to play it together. But without even
Uh,
playing it, I just love Supergiant. Darren Korb, definitely. I'm not too
hmm.
big into industry people, but if there's one dude that I would like to perform at Reach Conference in 2026 or sooner or whatever, I would love Darren Korb uh, to perform. At least him. And if not, his co-writer, whose name escapes me, she does half of, sings half. I don't think she's a co-writer, actually. She's just, I think she does half of she's always the female lead in his songs, I believe. At least in Hades 1, she was, those two just
Yeah.
crushed it. So, yeah. So I would like Hades to win if I had a vote.
All right. No love for Kingdom Come or Silk Song from either of us, huh?
Kingdom Come, I think, is a great game, and I think will always be an issue. I think a lot of there's a lot of sequels here. Half,
Yeah.
let's see, no, actually, the only one I
More
would
than
say
half.
that all of them is a sequel except for Claire Obscure. All
Well,
of in
Donkey
my
Kong Bonanza
Come on,
isn't really
that's
a
gotta be
sequel.
that is definitely a sequel. A monkey who goes around smashing stuff. I don't know. I
It's no, it's completely different from any Donkey Kong game that has been made before. But
That's true. It's three. It feels like Mario. Like you break the world. I've seen it. You break the environment and you do puzzles and things. Uh, sure. I feel like okay. We changed it from an Italian plumber to a monkey. We've made it more destructive than ever, and so it's a new. I don't buy it. I think Donkey Kong is essentially a sequel of a mashup of in the same vein. He's literally related to Mario. They got the same origin points. So if anything, it's a spin-off. But I think Clair Obscure is the only true fresh. So to your point, it's the only fresh one on there. So maybe it
yeah,
should win just for being original. But Kingdom Come is a fantastic game, by the way. I just would
yeah,
rather
it
Hades.
looks really good.
Yeah, Kingdom Come is one of those games where it lets you feel real life if you
Hmm.
lived in medieval times, and I think the story writing, the options, the decision making, there's some jank in its combat, but yeah, I think Kingdom Come is a fantastic game, worthy of being at least. I say they're all worthy of being there except for Bonanza, but I know Nintendo, everyone loves them, but maybe I'm biased and I don't. I think Nintendo has to really deliver, in my opinion, to ever be Game of the Year. Like, I don't know.
I think the last time I think Nintendo's only ever won for was it Breath of the Wild? I think. Yeah, I think it was Breath of the Wild. They won Game of the Year,
Well, that was
but
truly
they've never actually
innovative.
won beside that.
Well, that was a next level iterative journey of awesomeness, right? Breath of the Wild really broke.
Yeah,
How many games have copied it since, and
everything.
everyone's copied it. Genshin Impact, It's been copied at least 100 million times by now. So
Yeah.
they deserve it for that one, 1000%.
Yeah, I agree. I think I hope, even if it's not Clair Obscur, which I do think should win it, I hope one of the indies take it home. Like even, Silk Song, I'm not a huge, Metroidvania fan, but I've watched a couple people play Silk Song and it is truly a fantastic game. And the fact that what is it? Team Cherry's made up of what, like 3 people? Something like that? Like 3 people made this game and it is truly a masterpiece, which is incredibly impressive.
I think Silk Song is a lesson on doing one thing really well and delivering on that thing people really love. So I think Silk Song has, that affectionate character art style that they stay true to, and the mechanics, even though it seems way harder than the first one, I think that they're leaning into what they're known for and not trying to.
Hmm.
I think that's the mistake of AAA and above. They and other folks, they scope out of the game that they originally were known for, and I feel like this Team Cherry guys
Yeah.
really, we're known for doing A, so let's do A really well, and let's also price it well. Let of all the games on
Yeah.
there, Silksong really stuck it to the man, if you will, the AAA studios, and gave us a price for the first time in a long time. Actually, might be less than what it's worth. Less than? Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They sold it for no, they sold it for more. I'm saying it wrong.
No,
They
yeah,
sold
no,
it for
you
less
you
than
had it
it's worth.
you had it right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
They sold the game for less than it's worth.
yeah, 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 yeah. What
Even
a
though it
price
doesn't
point.
sound good. It is. Yeah. Yeah, amazing. $20. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Thank you, Team
So,
Cherry. Thank you, Team Cherry, for pushing back against corporate greed. Yeah, so
yeah, amen. But we'd love to hear what you guys think. I know everyone has their own opinions, and you probably have a favorite game on here. So, love to hear who you're going to be voting for, because that is one of the cool things the Game of the Year does is you can actually vote. Your vote counts for very, very little, but it is part of it. They do actually take into account what people think about these games. So, love to hear who you guys think are the Game of the Year. So, next, we wanted to talk a little bit about some of the other categories, maybe not quite as big, but we both, Romans and I, play Marvel Rivals quite a bit. So, we wanted to talk about the award for Best Ongoing Support. So, the nominees for this category are Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, of course, always going to be there, Helldivers 2, another amazing AA game, Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky. So again, in this area, Sony has their hand in Helldivers, but that's primarily a AA studio. So really, the only like major studio we have here, and I guess Epic is now a major studio because they generate billions of dollars every single year. Um, so I initially was like, yeah, Fortnite indie game. No, that's not true at all. Fortnite is not an indie game.
yeah, I'm very surprised by No Man's Sky. Like
Yeah.
that game is the game that just refuses to die, and the folks behind it had one of the worst launches in human
Oh my
history is
gosh.
No
Yeah.
Man's Sky. But look at it, alive. It's probably over 10 years old or something crazy. So that community continues to keep it alive and keeps paying for its DLCs, and they keep innovating. I own a No Man's Sky. I got it for like $3 at one point because it was. I bought it after they fixed it. The
Hmm.
first after like I think they fixed it 2 or 3 years later they fixed it. I bought it at that time for on sale because everyone hated it. But good on them. Good on them for staying true to that game. But Marvel Rivals. I guess who would I choose? Could you say the games again? What were the choices?
Yeah. Final Fantasy 14,
No,
Fortnite,
no,
Helldivers 2,
maybe.
Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky.
Okay, so it's either. So I guess my vote is either Helldivers 2 because I love that game a lot,
It's so
but
good.
and I think what I love about Marvel Rivals and the studio head who runs that is they are okay with not forcing their players to continually play it forever. They want you
Hmm.
to never stop playing it, but they don't force you. There's no like their all their battle passes live on forever. Yeah, so I really love that Helldivers doesn't do the predatory things that Marvel Rivals does. And even though probably deep down I think Marvel Rivals should win, Marvel Rivals does all the typical uh, evil things you would want someone to do, but their game is free, right? Marvel
Yeah.
Rivals is technically charging less than it's worth, but they have like $30 skins and ways to squeeze the money out of the use. So you'll probably, if you're a real Marvels person, I wouldn't be surprised if any real Marvel Rivals person spends around $100 every year on stuff. I'm at zero, and my son is at zero, but it's only because I keep forcing him to stay at zero because he's they almost got him quite a few times. So I make sure to don't do it. But if they wanted money, they should say it's mandatory. Um,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true. I think Helldivers 2 is who should and who will take this award, just because all the things that they've implemented over the course of this year, the new maps, abilities, they went from adding the Bile Titan. I think that was the beginning of this year. They added the Bile Titan and
mm.
the cave exploration, different guns, different enemy types, and they all of it has been free if you're willing to put in the time to farm those super credits. If you farm super credits, you never have to pay another cent on the game. So all of it takes time, but if you enjoy the game and want to play the game, you can unlock all the content without having to spend money. Or you can spend money to unlock it
Yeah,
instantly if you wanted to. And I'm sure there's people that do that. I think Marvel Rivals has done a good job. If it hadn't been for the zombies mode, I would have said they didn't have a shot at this at all. But the fact that they were able to effectively add PvE to the game in a way that was successful, something that Overwatch 2 promised to do and then never did, I think that sets them up pretty good for this as well. And then I don't know a ton about No Man's Sky. I know, like you said, it's had an amazing following for going on 9 years now. So we'll see. I
mm.
do think it should go to Helldivers 2, though.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised. But Helldivers has made a couple mistakes, but it's Sony's fault, not the game developers.
Yeah, holding it out from Xbox, is that the kind of the main thing?
That and you had to have a mandatory Sony PlayStation account to just play the game.
Yeah,
That was a Sony money grab, trying to force everyone to sign up. Unnecessary.
yeah, go to their platform.
Yeah. But kudos, yeah, I'm glad Sony or Helldivers has been able to not be predatory pricing on their things. Very very good on the game devs, the game studio, and I guess to a
Yeah,
certain extent, Sony letting them get away with it because I'm pretty sure someone out there is like, how much money we're leaving on the table, not forcing them to buy every single battle pass.
yeah, or yeah, and trying to captivate their audience with only being PC and PlayStation, and they finally brought on Xbox. It took them long enough, but they did finally do it, and it's really good for the game. So
Yeah, that was a lot of fresh meat. I was playing at the time and noticed that all these sad, clueless
well,
Xbox gamers that we would either help
level 10, yeah.
yeah, or we'd sabotage just for the fun of it. Like, oh here, run in there with this
Well,
backpack. Oh, don't worry about the beeping sound.
yeah, hold this hell bomb for me real quick. Nothing bad will happen at all. Yeah. But I think that's who should win, who will win. It's a very good game, and they've done overall a very good job on it.
If Fortnite wins, I will be shocked. Not because I don't think Fortnite doesn't deserve it, but Fortnite is just basically just is kind of just the popular game that can land any deal or contract they
Yeah.
want. Literally every brand worth its salt will be in Fortnite before we pass away. Every single
Yeah.
brand, every single
I'm
just
like,
every Fortnite will have had everything go through its doors. So,
yeah.
uh, kudos on them for I guess owning the culture, or
Yeah.
buying it.
And I think it's just name fatigue too. Like people know Fortnite and it's a good game, but is it really doing anything super innovative at this point? I don't really think so.
Yeah, I think the innovation is being able to blend it all and keep the balance alive. Good on them for keeping balance because when you add so many different elements, Megazords, Godzilla, The
Spirit bombs.
Simpsons, yeah, anime, all of the super attacks in anime, yet still making the game somehow feel some level of balance. You got to give it to Epic Games on that. That's an amazing feat. I don't know how you keep doing that, but and how do you get people to keep playing it? It's just a battle royale. Like I've never played a real game of Fortnite in my own home, uh, just because I don't like the idea of BRs. You every time you
Yeah.
start over from scratch, you spend 15 minutes gathering all this stuff, you lose, and you have to start over again. I have to get a like that gold gun I got out of the. I gotta find it. Like what? But people love it. Teach their own.
That's true. Yeah. So next, we wanted to talk about the indie games. There's quite a few good ones on here, and you'll notice some reoccurrences of people that were actually on the nominees for Game of the Year. But going through the nominees for Best Independent Game, we have Absalom, Ball Pit, Blueprints, Clair Obscur, Hades 2, and Silk Song. So I think there's what, six? Yeah, six very strong contendees. I don't know much about Absalom or Ball Pit, but I've heard pretty good things about them. Blueprints I know is a terrific game, especially for the people who like puzzle games. I watched Jate play a little bit of it, and it's a really interesting game.
Yeah, he says he has like 200 hours on Blueprints. I don't know the first game, Absalom. I don't know that game at all. But
Absalom.
Ball Pit looks like a great time. Ball Pit is basically was it Asteroid or Asteroid? You know where you bounce the ball, the thing goes across the bottom, and you bounce the balls and you try and break the bricks.
Hmm.
It's a fresh take on that. There's different ball combinations. It seems like there's always a new, I'm sure there's a limit to the combinations, but from what I could see, it almost seemed like they thought of every single combination: fireball with ice ball, fireball with lightning ball, fireball with like poison ball that splits into three, and then they just and they all combine and it gets stronger, and then you're trying to it's a roguelike, at least it appears to be a
Hmm.
roguelike, and you're just trying to survive as
Yeah.
long as possible to unlock new things. The replay value looks like it's through the roof. So yeah, I don't know if I would choose it to win, but I think it's a solid. It deserves to be there. I guess probably the easier thing to say.
Yeah.
Uh, you said Claire
It's a good
Obscure is
game.
there? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Clair Obscur. I was gonna say it's a really good game. There's a YouTuber I watch that played it and made some really good videos on it, and it was very entertaining. To your point about the replayability, is the whole thing was he played around and he was like, I wonder how if what happens if I build with uh these specific ball upgrades and what that'll look like, and it's really interesting to kind of theory craft your runs and stuff like that. So, and
Hmm.
then yeah, Clair Obscur is on there. Fantastic game. We've talked about that enough on this podcast. Hades 2's there again, and Silk Song.
So who's your winner?
I'm, the Clair Obscure shill. So yeah, that absolutely is the winner.
Fine. Now I'll choose Hades 2, even I haven't played it yet. Although any day now that'll change. By the time this show airs, it won't be true. Blueprints. Oh man, I just don't have the brain cell and mental capacity. I feel like Blueprints is problem with those kinds of games. If you stop playing it, you basically will lose all your progress. Because how do you pick up from where you left off? So
Yeah,
I like Blueprints as an idea. I wouldn't like it as a player, but it is an
yeah,
amazing, deep game. Whoever wrote that, may I never get stuck in an escape room with you, because there's probably nothing I can do. You will solve the entire room in the time it takes me to find a pen and paper to write a clue down. You're like, oh, I've already escaped the room. Because that, from what I've seen of Blueprints, kudos to the game devs. What a masterpiece on
yeah.
puzzling. Yeah.
It's fantastic. If I tried to play that, I would feel so dumb because I just don't understand. My brain doesn't work that way. I have brain power for other things, but not for puzzles like that. So
Yeah, that's amazing. I've seen some of the solutions and it's like, wow. That is that's cool. Um,
Yeah, it's very very creative game. I think yeah, it's very creative, and that's one of the things that's really cool about indie games is you get a lot of these unique ideas that won't be greenlit by a AAA studio or a big studio, and people will go for something and make something really unique and interesting.
yeah.
All right. And the last category we wanted to talk about, because of course, is the content creator of the year. So
Ooh.
we all know who Roman's favorite content creator is, and he's on here. But the nominees are Kadrill, Kai Sanat, Moist Critical, Sakura Miko, and the Burnt Peanut. So I'm only familiar with a couple of these because most of my time is lurking in Reach Creators chats. But
Ha, let's
uh,
go. ReachConf 2026. November 5, 6, 7 in Orlando with only 100 or so tickets left to go, ideally. Possibly more, but I wouldn't count on it. Uh, yeah, so,
absolutely.
yeah, I don't know the first one, but I would assume he might be a Latin American streamer. Do you know if he is a US streamer? I don't know the name at
I can
all.
find that out. I can
Yeah,
find that
why
out.
you look
Yeah.
him up? Obviously, if you don't know who Kai Cenat is, you definitely are not into games being streamed. You're not into streamer culture at all, and possibly not into pop culture because he's breaking through. He's doing what Ninja did, but at a crazy end game
Oh, he's a
level.
league coach.
He's a League of Legends coach.
Yeah, and also
Okay,
streamer.
I guess he must be a really good coach because like League of Legends definitely still pulls a strong audience on Twitch. But
Yeah.
a coach in the U.S. Did he win a championship or something? Is he like
In he says he's British.
okay?
He coaches Los Ratones.
Okay, well, good on the MOBA crowd. The MOBA got one. Team,
Mm,
the MOBA community is a very
unfortunately.
loyal, dedicated community. They love what they love, and they love being trapped in a room with 40 minutes with other people who refuse to have a brain, and then you're stuck there, getting madder and madder as your team continues to not know, understand rotations, not understand where Baron is, not realize how to play together. They just feed in what in they int their keyboards off their mind. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure if I continue to play League of Legends, I would probably break my laptop because you get stuck in these matches for 40 something minutes and you can't escape, and you just got guys that are griefing or just like did not have a good meal, their brains are not functioning. It's just like what like oh man. So good on them. Uh,
Yeah.
League of Legends is a fantastic game. I just it brings the worst in me. So he's
Yeah,
probably yeah.
I was at Reach. I was talking with two of my friends who are creators, and they both play League. And I was sitting there as they were having this conversation. I'm like, yes, I recognize that word, and then I recognize that word, but everything else went right over my head.
That's funny. Yeah. Okay. So that's Cadril. And then there's Kaisenet who probably will win. I can't
Most
imagine
likely.
him not winning. He just continue. You would think a guy who has access to everyone and just could already do everything has done everything, and he continues to find new ways to do new things.
Yeah.
He had LeBron James. I haven't seen a Kaisenet stream since LeBron James cut his hair, but
Yeah, that
Kaisenet
was crazy.
is kind of funny. Kaisenet kind of looks like a young P Diddy now that the dreads are gone. Oh man, he looks like he looks like a very young, happy, vibrant, energetic P Diddy. Oh man, and I think he used to live next to him or something. I didn't look into that,
Oh,
but
okay.
I didn't really look
That's
into that. But
great.
Kai Cenat is a great content creator. Like he really understands his audience. I'm not his audience, but the few times I watch him, I can, even though he's not making content for me, I get why he has 100,000 viewers every time
Yeah.
for 8 hours or 6 hours, however long he streams. Their entire duration is over 100,000 people, 60,000, 80,000 on the low end. The dude's filling stadiums. Like
Yeah,
I just can't. I can't with.
wild.
Yeah, good on him, and good on him somehow keeping his head on straight. As far as I can tell, he still looks like he knows what's going on. He doesn't look like his life has completely been handed over to handlers and management companies and script writers and basically this giant conglomerate. It still seems like he's 100% behind the wheel, and he still looks like he's happy. He still looks like he's loving it, and yeah,
Yeah, you can tell in his streams he's having fun. Like I remember I popped in for a little bit when they had Linkin Park on his stream. He had Linkin Park performing. And he was just there jamming out and I'm like, man, this guy is definitely had just having a great time.
yeah, good on him. Good on him. Moist Critical, Chawa. Oh, wait, oh, that's a different Charlie. That's Summit 1G's thing. Charlie, Moist Critical, he's hit or miss for me. I think he makes some crazy good points. He's been on the internet since he was born. I think he came out of the womb and went live the next day. Uh, he's done some really cool things, like no longer taking money from people because he feels like he's had enough. Some of his hot takes, though, I think are a miss, but
Yeah. And he
he
was one of the creators in Dispatch too, so that's something that's getting him a little bit more attention. Is he
sure, yeah,
played
he
one
was
of the
the bat.
characters in
He was the
Dispatch?
sonar bat in that game, and
Yeah,
I think he did a pretty okay job voice acting. There's some real good voice actors there, so I think
yeah,
he was basically Moist Critical in bat form. I don't I don't know if what you would call what he did acting as far as just being himself and reading lines really well. Like, so good on that, but there, I don't know if he had to really act. I could be wrong though. I saw some of the
yeah.
scenes and I was like, it's pretty much just that's some softball pitches there. So yeah, he got some easy home runs. Uh, yeah,
But sometimes you need.
hey, he's a nice enough guy. Sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then Sakura Miko, I don't know
ah,
anything about her.
just another VTuber. She's popping off. There's a power vacuum from. There's been so much turmoil in that space.
Yeah.
Lot of drama. So much drama. I feel like
There's always
VTubers
drama
are.
with VTubers.
Yeah, I think VTubers and drama kind of go hand in hand, and I like. There's a very good crowd of VTubers out there, but man, the drama
Hmm.
alone would make me never want to have anything to do with these people. They are just drama ridden. It's like they can't not have drama. But some really good content creators. I think they're fine. I just I guess I'll withhold why I'm not a fan of this specific creator's content. But hey, uh, people love it. VTubers, the idol culture in Asia, it's all morally bankrupt for the most part, but it is what it is. Over here, people like Tom Cruise and LeBron James. Over there, they like animated characters that appear way underage. Hint, hint as to what bothers me about it. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, and who's the last one?
Burnt Peanut.
Burnt Peanut, the recent superstar. I think Burnt Peanut is another example of someone who's been good at their craft. No one knew they existed until they did,
Yeah.
and when they did, they see this wealth and depth of character development, storytelling, solid gameplay. He's the goop master hoarding. He's a loot hoarder goblin of arc raiders. Clearly, people love his playstyle, his antics. I've seen clip after clip. Uh, I think
Yeah.
he's a great content creator. Technically, I would say he's a VTuber or something, right?
Yeah. Pretty much.
He's not probably the definition of VTuber, but all you see is his eyes and his mouth. You never see his
Yeah.
nose. What a great content creator. Uh, I don't think he's moving at the level of Kaisenet, but just for
No.
the sake of Kaisenet is always doesn't even need this, I'd give it to Burnt Peanut. Of everyone you said, I would give it to if it was for exposure or to give someone who could use it. I think Burnt Peanut probably doesn't need it at this point, but I'm sure he did need it long, long ago. So for the sake of old Peanut, give it to that guy. But Kaisenet deserves it. But if we're gonna give it underdog, Burnt Peanut. What a character. If his language is cleaner, man, super gold star. But yeah,
He's hilarious.
he gets
Yeah,
really
I've seen
spicy.
some of the clips. Yeah, he can, but the clips are hilarious. I've definitely seen a couple, and some of those clips are like, okay, maybe I should buy our creators.
Oh, you don't own it?
Not yet. I've been thinking about
Okay.
buying it. Aki was saying something about maybe playing with him, so we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, you could wait. You've been waiting this long. You're gonna wait for a sale. I've been having a
Yeah,
great time. I think it's a great
yeah.
game, and I would never play Escape from Tarkov. My goodness, the people who are not only is the cheating really, the cheating in Escape from Tarkov is ridiculous, but even without the cheating, the skill of people in Escape from Tarkov,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I am
Like
blown
they're
away.
actually military extraction experts.
Well, they can tell from the sound because the sound is so good in Escape from Tarkov. They can pinpoint things that you I just like how would you why would you think he's on the second floor in the window? Like, did you hear that? You can hear the crunch glass. He just got in it. You see him, he's rummaging. There's a desk there that there's always loot in it. And I've seen some crazy Escape from Tarkov. So Arc Raiders is the more casual version. For us who are too afraid to play Escape from Tarkov, games like Arc Raiders or Escape from Duckov or others, all these looter shooters. But I would say Arc Raiders
Yeah,
definitely worth the time investment. It's a good time. As long as your
yeah.
friends are somewhat aggressive or not. I just feel like if your friends in the middle, it's gonna be a tough time. You need friends who are definitely sweaty PvP sweat lords or very crafty, sneaky PvE. And that's what I think that's the magic of Arc Raiders. It's not PvP
Just no,
hectic.
yeah.
I think that's what killed it with Tarkov. You have these sweat lords who can hear when a pin drops, where to shoot, and yeah, Escape from Tarkov has way more PvE. And I hope for Arc Raider they keep the PvE because I think the PvE is what saves it. But we'll see.
It'll be interesting. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm also kind of low key wanting to get the solo leveling game that just came out this morning. So that looks very fun.
Oh, I don't
So,
know. I heard a Bleach game came out, but it might be a mobile. I want to check out the Bleach game. There's a mobile Bleach game.
uh,
I'm gonna try it during this
where
trip.
is where is that? Let me. Ugh.
Get that out of here! Get that out of here! I don't want to. Don't knock me out of my suit. Um, Bleach people
But yeah,
know.
there's like an actual solo leveling game came out where you basically get to be Genu and level up like that. So it looks pretty fun. So
Oh,
I might
okay.
be buying that. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
Crazy day or crazy couple weeks for me of work, but now I'm starting to finally get to the slow season so I can actually play some more games.
Cool.
So
Well, hopefully,
looking
yeah,
forward to it.
yeah. Looking forward to that too. All right, guys. We'll see how the Game Awards play out. I might actually be there, not at the Game Awards, but I might be in Los Angeles. We'll see. I'm trying to source a ticket. I am trying to go to the Game Awards, but we'll see. But
That'd be sick.
I might be in LA. We'll see. I'll hold that until we know for sure. Um,
And then we could get the straight from the same stage as Jeff Keighley.
yeah, that's right. But for now, I'm gonna wrap up my vacation at my cabin. That's where I am. Papa Tsunami's painting is gonna be hung by tomorrow.
Ooh, very
Yep.
nice.
And anyone who stays at this cabin can admire his work. Yeah.
He's amazing, man.
Yeah, I wish
Real
I
so
could trick.
talented.
I wish I could trick it. I don't know if you can notice, but the light goes through the that part, the sky.
Mm-hmm.
The light goes through the sky. Um,
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah. If I was really
I
smart, I would
can kind
add.
of see it.
Yeah, that's dude. Yeah, if I was really smart, I would add some kind of lighting element, and you could have dusk. I could shine a yellow light through that.
Oh, that'd be so
Oh
cool.
my god, I'm taking his painting to the next level.
Very cool. All right. Well, everyone, thanks so much for listening. We hope to see you next time. For now, this has been Dollars, Lifestyle, and Charity, a finance podcast for gamers. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.